Mphasto stood frozen before his wooden doppelganger. Its eyes were flickering with living flame. Countless carvings he never made watched him with blank faces that somehow conveyed hunger behind it. The wooden figure that is Mphasto's doppelganger named itself Mutowa Mkwiyo, the fire of wrath he had unknowingly summoned with each moment of nurtured anger. It has been looking for someone whose rage burned hot enough to host it, before he saw Mphasto. Through the window, Mphasto saw flames racing across the village. Wood blackened and flesh blistered all the places they touched. People fled, screaming. The wooden self spoke truth Mphasto could not deny. What was already burning could not be stopped. Fire would consume until nothing remained. However, something within Mphasto fled in defiance. It was some last ember of the man he had been. These were his carvings. He reminded himself. This was his village, his fire. He longed forward, seizing the wooden figure. Pain seared through his palms, but he refused to release it. The doppelganger's surface began to char at his touch, black spreading across its features. It hissed warnings about fighting fire with fire, its voice multiplying into a chorus of ancient flames. But Mphasto wasn't fighting. He was reclaiming what was his. He continued until the figure burst into flame in his hands. Fire spiraled up Mphasto's arms, wrapping around him like serpents of light. Every carved figure in the room began to glow, their wooden bodies transmitting into pure flame before flowing toward him in streams of light. He screamed in terrible ecstasy as the fire entered. Power unlike anything he had imagined coursed through his veins. His skin cracked like dry wood, revealing molten light beneath. His eyes burned away, replaced by twin infernos that saw the world as patterns of it. When the last flame had joined him, he was no longer fully human. He walked through the village, each footstep leaving smoking prints in the earth. The flames that had been attacking the villagers now bent toward him like flowers following the sun. Ntanda blocked his path to the healing hut, where Limbani lay defenseless. Despite her burned arm, she stood resolute, clutching a clay vessel of lake water. Her voice trembled, but her stance remained firm as she pleaded with whatever remained of Mphasto to end the destruction. The fire being responded with many voices that Mphasto was gone. Only the flame remained, and it would finish what was started. Ntanda raised her burned arm, displaying his handprint, the mark of Mphasto's claim already upon her flesh. Something flickered in Mphasto's burning eyes. It was recognition and memory. The creature paused. In that moment, Elder Makani and several villagers emerged from hiding, forming a circle around Mphasto and Ntanda. Each of them carried a carved piece of Mphasto's father's work. These pieces remembered what Mphasto's father had discovered too late. Fire once called could not be extinguished, but it could be redirected. They raised the carvings in unison. Each piece began to glow, responding to Mphasto's transformed presence. The fire within him lushed toward them like a tide pulled by moons. The many voices wailed out of Mphasto in protest as the flames began to pour from Mphasto's body into the carvings. For a brief moment, Mphasto's own voice emerged from the chorus, carrying sudden understanding. His father had tried to contain the fire spirits in wood, but wood burns. With terrible purpose, he turned away from Limbani's hut and staggered toward the lake instead. Each step grew heavier as more of the fire was drawn into the circle of carvings. The flames fought to remain within him. They pushed deeper into his bones, reaching for his core. At the water's edge, he looked back once at the village, at Ntanda, at the carvings draining his power, at the life he had twisted with his rage. Then, he stepped into the lake that had rejected him before. Steam erupted around him as the remaining fire fought the water. The lake eased in protest, but did not recoil this time. As he waded deeper, Mphasto felt the flames within screaming, felt himself burning from the inside, even as the water rose to extinguish him.